What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about a brand new Splinter Cell game basically being confirmed at this point by the Italian voice actor of Sam Fisher. So we're going to go over what he said and also kind of my impressions on this. Really quickly, though, before I jump in, I want to promote my second channel. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it'll be in the description below. There'll be a link for it. I talk about different games, different things over there as well. Talk about news stories, talk about leaks and stuff. So if you guys have not yet subscribed there, again, the link for that will be in the description below. All right, let's go over this. So this comes from PlayStation Universe. Obviously, this has made its way around the internet as well. But speaking with multiplayer.it, Luca Ward, who has voiced Fisher in all major Splinter Cell games minus Double Agent and Conviction, is pretty convinced that a new game will be released next year. In fact, he says that a new Splinter Cell game was originally due out this year, but got pushed back due to the blank. And then this is what he says. There is a return of Splinter Cell that is supposed to be a conclusive episode, but I'm not sure about this part. They have not yet figured out whether to do it in 2021. It was going to release in 2020, and then blank happened, and several big projects in 2020 got delayed. Others went on, like Cyberpunk, which I've almost finished working. But I am sure that Splinter Cell will return. That is a fact. Splinter Cell hasn't been around since 2013 Splinter Cell Blacklist, and Ubisoft has remained quiet on the franchise ever since. A new game has never been ruled out by the publishing giant, but Lord only knows when we'll actually get a new one. So, I mean, what else can you really say, right, other than what he said? Now, here's what I'll say. This is not all that surprising. Now, when I first read this, I thought this had something to do with that they're making like a mobile game that also that has like popular Ubisoft titles in it, and Sam Fisher is going to be in that. So I was a little worried that maybe he was talking about that. But no, this, by his quotes, he very much seems like he's talking about a legitimate Splinter Cell game. And everything that PlayStation Universe said or wrote in that article is very true. You know, it's something that it's actually a lot of things that I've been saying for a couple years now, where it is a franchise that Ubisoft knows how popular it is. And honestly, that is evidenced by the fact that they're putting Sam Fisher in a lot of things, right? He's been like a cameo, kind of like event in like the Ghost Recon games. He's again being in this new mobile game they're including him. So, I mean, in a way, are they trolling people? Yeah, and I've actually said that for a while. I honestly feel like it's a troll effort where it's like, okay, you guys clearly know how popular he is because you're putting him in everything, but you're not going to give us what we all want, right? Which is obviously a brand new Splinter Cell game. So that's the first thing. The game franchise, and also, I guess you can lump into that Ubisoft has, like they've said, they've remained very positive on this franchise. That they've said, like, no, it will eventually come back, and we have not yet forgotten about it, and it's not a dead franchise, and all of these key words that they've said before. So again, they know how popular it is, they know people want them, and they know that they're also not done with it, right? The second thing is what we know from what they've told shareholders, what they've told in their like fiscal reports and in their quarterly reports, is that we know the games that are releasing before March of 2021, I guess also including March of 2021, and Far Cry 6 is that last game. Okay, now we know Far Cry 6, we've seen Far Cry 6, but we don't know any other, factually, we don't know any other Ubisoft title releasing after March of 2021. Skull and Bones could potentially release in 2021, just after March. This game, a Splinter Cell game, could release after. Beyond Good and Evil 2, I mean, go to a brand new Prince of Persia game. Go down the list. Any one of those and more, ones that I probably haven't even thought of yet, right? They could all come out after March of 2021. So, I mean, what I will say is the only thing I'm a little concerned about is it's a little weird that he says that it was supposed to come out in 2020, because nowhere on the internet, from really good leakers, which there are a handful out there, have I ever seen that that was supposed to happen, that they were going to do it, and then it got pushed again. The talk around Ubisoft was you got like Gods and Monsters, Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six. I mean, go at Far Cry 6. You go down the list. That's the group, okay? And then after that, there's never been any talks of anything else. So again, is it a little weird that he's talking about it supposedly was supposed to release in 2020 before Far Cry, right? I don't necessarily think that makes the most sense in the world, but everything else does, right? That this game could potentially be a 2021 game because, yet again, we don't know any games coming out after March, and obviously Ubisoft is going to have more titles in 2021. It's not, I mean, as of right now, I guess you could assume it's like Rainbow Six and then also Far Cry 6. Those are the two games that you'd imagine they would release in 2021, maybe maybe Gods and Monsters gets pushed and that happens as well. But you got to imagine that there's going to be more games than that, right? Especially like in the fall period. I think Splinter Cell works really, really well with that. And again, I mean, this is actually funny that these different voice actors, right, are saying things like this because this is the Italian voice actor, right? I believe the Spanish voice actor of Batman, I made a video about that a few weeks ago. He was recording voiceover lines, and he's talked about the Batman game as well. So it's kind of funny that these random, these different nationality voice actors are the ones kind of spilling the beans on all this kind of stuff. Look, it's what I've been saying for a very long time on Splinter Cell. I want this game. I've been a fan of this franchise for a very, very long time. I remember playing this game as a child. I would go over to my friend's house, and we'd play this game almost every single day. I really do want another one. I think it's about time. I think that 2021 makes a lot of sense. Having it be for next gen, too, I mean, that's really, really exciting as well. So, again, this kind of just adds more fuel to the fire. Is there some concerning signs to what he said? Yeah, not everything adds up, but honestly, most things add up. Now, and what I mean is, by the way, because you could say, well, I mean, he factually said it. So, like, what do you mean things don't add up? Well, oftentimes, especially when you have people doing these interviews in different languages and then they get translated, oftentimes maybe they say something that's maybe like a newsworthy story, and then a day or two later, the publication is forced to like correct it, or they come out and they say, no, that's not actually what I said. Like the translation was wrong. So basically, I'm trying, like for myself, I'm trying to not get way too excited, right? That basically he just came out and said, hey, brand new Splinter Cell, gonna come out next year, was supposed to come out in 2020. Maybe some of that is kind of like strained and kind of like twisted because of the difference of language, right? But hopefully the general picture of what he was saying, right, the general idea of what he was trying to get across, hopefully that was translated correctly. Honestly, it seems like it was. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Are you excited that there could be a new Splinter Cell game coming in 2021? Do you think it's about time? Do you think that him saying all this stuff basically confirms it? Let me know in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel podcast now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. And again, my second channel will be in the description below. I've covered Splinter Cell over there a couple times before as well. And sometimes I put videos there that I can't put on over here. If a day has too many videos over here, I end up putting them on that channel as well. So if you guys like the content you see here, more content over there as well, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.